Thank you for joining us again for another commentary. This is a Silent Film Group commentary for the 2016 remake of Ghostbusters. I'm going to be honest with you. I only saw an hour of the film, about an hour of the film, and I fucking bailed because I don't like having my intelligence insulted, but I thought enough to do a commentary as an artist, as a filmmaker, as a writer, to kind of show viewers or potential writers and filmmakers that will hopefully see this, the shit that I think that shouldn't fly, that you shouldn't do, the steps that could have been taken. So we're just gonna jump right into it. You know my norm. I'm gonna count down to 5 and let this son bitch go. So just give me one quick second. Hold on 1 second, folks. Okay. Forgot my headphones. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, so in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pressing play now. Okay, the Sony logo is now coming up and it's up on the screen. And it's moving closer and we hear the music. Dun 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 dun. That's the Columbia logo. Okay. I'll just jump right into this really fast before the shit jumps off. There are times when I watch a film or watch a trailer and I kind of get a sense that studios had their hands on shit, and I always tell people to go back if you have a chance to watch, in association with Village Roadshow Pictures. They're panning down to the house just to give you more sync points. Okay, there's a geek show is walking through the thing. I can't remember the fucking show right now from HBO. But anyway, okay, so I always tell people, or other artists, filmmakers, actors, whatever, when we watch films or critique films, that there is an episode from the show Entourage. If anyone is ever a fan or a filmmaker or writer, whatever, go try to check this out. I think it's the first or second season when I can't remember the lead guy's name now. Chase. It's Vinny, right? Chase. I'll just call him Chase. Chase has to do Aquaman film. And he signed on to do Aquaman film, and he also wants to do this indie film, and he's starting to not want to do the Aquaman film. And Ari Gold, his agent, tells him, look, I understand that you want to do this indie film, but this is how the game works. In order for you to do this film, which is the indie, you're going to have to play ball and do this film, which is Aquaman. And every year or every other year or so, you get those films. In order for you to do this, you got to do this. And that's what this movie is, in my opinion. Because Paul Feig, or Feig, hope I'm either way pronouncing his name correctly, I think is a really good filmmaker and writer and collaborator, and with all the prior projects that he's worked on. Made Spy, and I believe there's something else that I'm leaving out. I really fucking like both of those films immensely. Oh, and he also did what's that other film? That's shit with McCarthy and Sandra Bullock. The Heat. Fucking funny ass fucking film. So when they had all the build up to this film, and then when they showed the trailer early, like a year out or a few months out, and people were like, I don't know, da 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 da. I'm not even, fuck the fact that it's females. That has nothing to do with it. That's just extra bullshit. It's fucking people with stupid ass opinions. So when I looked at the trailer, that early trailer seems very fucking vague, and sometimes, like I say, I can see shit and I can go, oh, this is one of those films. This is the studio made me do it. Okay, now he's running. Door's hot. And as the story progresses, of course, I'll give my 50 cents on shit that goes wrong, that just basically made me just go, all right, I don't need my time wasted. I'm stopping this and I'm out. So he's running down the stairs now. Green. And I must add that I wasn't a really big fan of the original Ghostbusters. I think I might have seen it barely twice. Might have been twice. Not that I didn't like it. I just didn't find it, just wasn't. It was okay. I had people were speaking so highly about it, and when I finally saw it, it was like, okay, it was okay. I'm not happy at the fact that they used this music from the original, and then it seemed as if they phased it out. So it just seems like, oh yeah, you remember this, and it's fucking Ghostbusters song. It's a classic fucking song from the fucking 80s. Caused lawsuits and shit. So why not just bring that in? Okay, we have Kristen Wiig doing something that I knew she was doing when she was speaking. I had a feeling that she wasn't speaking to masses of people, that the place was empty. So that just hit me with cliche number one when I saw it. And I will still stand on the fact that I really do wish that they cast her as Lois Lane. After seeing the film that she did, the remake that she did with Ben Stiller, that character she played, I'm like, holy shit, like she would make a really good Lois Lane. She plays straight really well. Instead of casting Amy Adams. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just the fact that sometimes studios, for me, go too big with, oh, we need a big name. And Amy Adams was going to be successful regardless if she had that franchise under her belt or not. This is another shitty cliche where I hide information and hope that he doesn't walk by and see, and then of course he walks and then he just does not look at the computer screen, right? Where you just could have just had her minimize the picture and go off of it, because he's not going to see, and it doesn't really play well for comedy. See, like this, in my opinion, this only works if there's a really close attempt that she's going to get busted. So something happens, email pops up, he needs to see the screen, and then maybe the humor plays in. But if he's never going to see it, just have her click it off the screen, because the dialogue is still going to be the same. Nothing changes in that scene. There's nothing, oh my god, it's so close that she almost got caught. Just click it off, and the scene is still going to play the same way. And I don't really understand why she is so anti her book. And then when she finds out the shit that they're doing, her whole opinion changes just for a fucking job. Stand on it. And let that be the reason why they won't hire you, of course. which we do find out afterwards, but just, stand on it. This is the reason why we're not going to hire you, because of this fucked up book or whatever. And then she has to prove them wrong. I think this dude is such a cornball. Sorry. And what's funny is that when I saw, I'm just being bluntly honest, when I saw this gentleman, I knew there's someone else, because he was in some show, some space show that was on Yahoo, when Yahoo was trying their whole Yahoo channel video stream shit. And there's somebody else that was on the show that they were both in, that's in this film. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, this is, again, the studio type shit. Casting, favors, yada, yada, yada. If you think I'm full of shit, check out the first 2 seasons of fucking Project Greenlight, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about regarding the casting. If you're filmmakers out there, study, do your research, and you'll start to be able to read between the lines, between the shit that you're going to have to deal with in the industry. Fucking Dimple's so cute. I will also say that the next Paul Feig film, if it's fucking hilarious, then you know that my theory is absolutely fucking correct. That they gave him this, the sellout shit to see, where you stand in this industry. Bend over and do this film for us, and then you can go ahead and do whatever the fuck you want to. And it fucking so just does not have to be this way. Like, this shit should have been a fucking hit. She has such a fucking Egon type of feel, like her whole look, and she's so fucking funny. I mean, they all are, of course, but I think that the media, just based off of what I saw, the hype machine went a little too much press on her performance in this film. Now that was a cool joke, but I think as soon as the fart noise came out, they should have been like, "Psych, bitch, gotcha," and then they just laugh at her, and she gets serious, and then they add that dialogue. Not interesting. I think it plays better if she stands on her book. Ed Begley comes in. Ed Begley comes in, tells her about the ghost. She shows up, and she's not wanted there. Plays better. You know, like, she shows up. Abby's pissed off at her, doesn't want to see her because some shit happened between them. And that makes it better because it just seems like I don't believe in this book. I'm going to hide this book. I'm going to hide this book. But then I hear about a ghost and then I'm going to show up to talk to you guys about a fucking ghost. Of course, she, uses that to also talk about taking the book down, but pick a fucking side. If she stands on it, it sounds much better. If she stands on the fact that she stands behind her book, her writing. Ed Begley shows up, talks about a ghost. The of him shows up. She decides, all right, let me go over here and talk to this girl I haven't seen in years to take down this fucking book and also mention that we saw a fucking ghost. Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's what I assumed when I saw. That's what I thought when this cat said that he was a ghost. Okay, my bad. So anyway, fucking Ed Begley Jr., you guys get it. But yeah, she shows up to see McCarthy. McCarthy's pissed off. They had some sort of falling out. They babble a little bit. She shits on her about the fart. Have a joke. Chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. Hey, I'm asking you to pull the book down, and I'm here to say that somebody said that they had a paranormal experience, but you could do whatever you want with it. Cool. Then they get excited about it, which then makes her get excited about it. She wants to tag along. McCarthy tells her to go fuck off because they're still mad at one another. Then somehow she follows her anyway, and this is where we're at with it. Because then I feel more compassion for Kristen Wiig's character when she doesn't get the job. Rather than, doing this bullshit about, hide the book, oh, the book. Like, be honest about this fucking book and be honest about who you are. Because chances are that's what's going to happen at the end of the film, which I didn't fucking make. Ecto. Now, how about saying, hey guys, we found some shit here. I found some ecto or some green shit here. No, I'm not going to say anything. Because we're not a team. But you know that they're looking for shit, right? See, yeah, like doing all this shit, playing as a goof. It's like, see, the joke so fucking doesn't work because they didn't know shit about the museum until you fucking came and told them about the museum. And you were fucking standing next to them the whole time until they walked off. So how did they fucking drop the goo on the floor and open the fucking door by themselves when they didn't know about the fucking museum until you just came and told them? How the fuck does that, oh, you're playing a joke on me? Like, how? How about just play the shit fucking serious? Hey guys, I think we got some shit here. There's some goo on the fucking floor. Holy shit, the door just opened. Okay, now her little gizmo starts running, and then here we go. This is what I'm talking about when I'm saying, like, this is bullshit. I think this is the young lady that played with the dude that was on the sci-fi show as well. But I didn't even last to see her on special effect face, which is in human form, and I'm not sure if they even showed it, but just the way that she looked just like this actress. Name starts with a B and that escapes me because I just watched her in another TV show, Murder in the Furs. Now, I think that could have worked better if the ghost spoke to them, and said something, and then it just came out of nowhere. Like, you just think that they're just having a conversation, and then maybe in the middle of it, just pukes on her. Blow. I knew this shit was gonna happen too when she starts dancing. Yeah, but she starts dancing in the back. I think that shit's funny. I don't know why. That close up gave it all away that I knew that it was gonna be a YouTube clip. She could just stood her ground on this whole shit, man. I just came up with an idea too, which I'm gonna bring up. It would have been cool if they had a student that actually kind of like ran up and said like I believe you, yada yada, and then I'm gonna bring this story back in just a few minutes. That concept, I'm gonna bring that back. Give me a second. Bess Rouse, that's that young lady's name. I don't know why. It's like I could see it in the fucking credits of Murder the First. That's why it's playing in my head over and over. Because when I saw her in Murder the First, I had to look up her name, and I just kept seeing it. Kept seeing it. That's what it is. She was also on that show. I'll actually look it up. Other Space. That's that shit. Other Space. And what do you know? Paul Feig fucking created that. So, this is his ensemble thing. So I stand corrected. It seems like Jack Black could have done that. It kind of bothers me that they almost play Kate McKinnon like she's like a silent partner. Like she just makes. Sometimes it seems like she just says one word and then she like makes faces. And then she'll say like, you know, 2 or 3 words or a sentence and then she makes faces. And we all know she's much funnier than that. This is where it starts to slide and get fucking worse. No interest in this dude whatsoever. He's so fucking not interesting. Simply Red. That's what I'm calling his fucking ass. Simply fucking Red. Because that's exactly who fucking reminds me of, that fucking dude. Holding back the tears. Simply Red. That's his name. Now see, this is where it gets dumb, because we live in a fucking society where you have, or a propaganda media society where they push fucking terrorism down our throat, not to be heavy handed, and she's just like walking down like it's cool and being funny and shit. She should be like in a state of fucking like emergency, hardcore, like, yo, what the F is going on? And then the comedy comes out. Now she runs off as if she's scared. Sorry about that. Just had a brain fart. She runs off as if she's scared, and that we're gonna come back to that a little later on. So let's just keep this in mind. And then when you have a villain, of course, the villain should be one of the most interesting characters. And I just did not find this guy interesting. I think that this scene should have come right after the first time we saw the ghost, or the entity, when the guy was walking the people through the museum, the opening of it. We should have saw this. And then the Ghostbusters shit kicks in. Because then you have your intro to your villain rather than showing him that pop out of fucking nowhere. That's funny. See, like physical comedy from her. And she's so much more than this shit. Now I wonder if this is a subliminal setup for a Last Dragon remake. Remember, you heard it here first. Not funny. Which almost sounds like thank you, terrorism. Which kind of goes back to what I said about Leslie Jones's character. Okay, now I go back to the scene where Kristen Wiig's character is seen walking out the building. And my theory of having a student run up and say, some sort of kind words, right? This shit is so fucking cliche, and it seems like they're better than that, because basically you have this whole debate when the trailer drops, or just the mention of a female Ghostbusters, and people start going ape shit, and then you put a cliched, what seemed like a himbo. Keep in mind, I did not finish this fucking film, so I could be completely wrong, so I'll just play the asshole here if I am, whatever. But they make him like a fucking himbo with his art and stupid shit here. And it's just like, okay, why bother doing that? If I want to write female characters in a female version of a remake, or in general, I'm not going to do shit that's going to shit on men. But that's just me. And I'm a dude talking about females because that's been done before, many times. Now, the concept that I came up with was that the student that runs up to her, this just popped in my head, but I had this idea. I had part of this idea when I first saw this, but the earlier her getting fired just popped into my brain. I'm talking too much. Anyway, the student that runs up applies for this job, and they should have replaced this cat with someone like Ariel Winter from Modern Family, who can really play the straight, intelligent person, and will be probably a very interesting complement to Annie Potts' character in the original Ghostbusters. And they could have made her, someone that studies science, is in college, and if they have, and this would be, even if they were to franchise this, when they have certain issues, she can kind of just add her little 2 cents, because she kind of gets what the fuck they're doing, and she can become like the 5th Ghostbuster. Once again, I don't know if Helmsworth is going to be another fucking part of the member of the team, because I only lasted a fucking hour, so I could be talking about my asshole, talking out of my asshole rather. But if I'm correct, I'm sure hopefully you'll let me know. We have a male that's being sexist. And I will go on record to say that I have a feeling that Chris Hemsworth will not have hits bigger than the fucking Marvel franchise. Now, why does he say 711 when it actually says 711? Funny shit is that I saw a t-shirt with that last logo, and I still don't get it, and would be actually shocked to see that those shirts are fucking selling. I take it that this was just a cheesy plot device for her to have like a boy toy or someone that she likes, and they could have done it completely different. Lee. See, her with the face. Wow, I just had a revelation that it's fucking almost modern Three Stooges. Three Stooges. The New York accent. One word again. Now, they hire Ariel Winter, or just as they're interviewing her, they're talking about science shit. Ariel Winter then comes with a answer. Oh, that would be this, that, and the third. Da 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 da. Oh, okay. What do you know about that? Oh, ba 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 ba. Hey, professor, that's what I was trying to tell you. Yada yada yada. Boom, you're hired. Okay, that's obviously a setup. Now, in my opinion, when Leslie Jones appears with them, this was so fucking lame. I just knew what the fuck he was doing. When she joins them, because we know that she can cut up, and they're basically just fucking holding her back. It's like they put a blanket on her and just, even if it meant bringing a fucking black writer for her or whatever, but actually she is a writer because she writes for fucking SNL. They should just let her, like, you know what, here's your dialogue, what's your interpretation of this? So fucking bad, man. So bad. Sometimes nods are just shitty sometimes. And I can understand why they would put Bill Murray in this film as another character. Okay, so now this is gonna kind of go back to the earlier scene that I was mentioning with Leslie Jones going into the train station earlier. This is what kind of also upset me, because they had a really fucking great opportunity and they just fucking shitted on it. And sometimes they do these fucked up remakes just so that they can continue holding the rights with studios continue holding the rights. Hence, when you look at the history of the Fantastic Four franchise and why it's continued to be fucked up, outside the fact that Fox, they have no idea what the fuck they're doing, but go into the history of Roger Corman making the Fantastic Four and you'll kind of get a sense of what I'm talking about, because that was just to keep these studio rights. Now, what's funny to me is why is she on almost half a battery? Not funny, man. Okay, so all that hard work destroyed. This is right here is where they fucked up at. This scene right here. That fucking line is the motherfucking worst. That was an opportunity for Leslie Jones to blow the fuck up. They could have wrote her such a fucking line, because this shit should have been so surprising to her. even though I know this is a PG-13, when I saw this fucking scene, I was like, this is the part where she should have been like, what the fuck is this shit? I got shit all over me. Like, I'm not expecting, like, she should have really spazzed out on the whole experience. And it could have been the funniest fucking scene of this film, or just a setup where you had a really high pop. You have some medium pops, and then when that shit happens, she just spazzes. Even if she spazzes for like a good fucking 30 seconds. Very similar to my man on Family Guy when he hurts his knee and he's like, just 30 seconds of her just spazzing the fuck out. You know, like a fucking ghost just shot his load on me, or something where she just goes bananas. Because these three ladies, they're already used to it. You know, they're already used to it. They've seen this shit. They studied this shit. For her, it's a total fucking different experience, and she just spazzes. And then she comes back. Okay, you know, for whatever. Like, I'm pissed. Even on that angle, I'm pissed. I kind of want some revenge, and I want to fucking help you catch the shit. You know, or rather than have her come back newly dressed, it would have been cooler if they all come back fucked up, and when they walk back into their office, she's still bitching about this whole thing. You know what I mean? So that even plays into that 30-second spiel where she just being fucking hilarious. And they walk back in and she's just still fucking going at it, and she's pissed. Who's gonna pay for this? My fucking clothes are fucked up. Whatever. And then she decides that, all right, I'm in. Boom. Not funny. That was silly. The setup, she should have said that, you know, I can get you guys a car as well, because my uncle has a shitload of them or something. Rather than it being borrowed, if she had put more power into that Oprah joke, it could have really came off. Anyway, as I was saying, if she had mentioned that she could have got them a car rather than I can borrow a car, it just works so much better when they redesign, when Kate McKinnon redesigns the fucking car and she doesn't have to spaz like, oh, you changed my uncle's car, what am I gonna tell him? Like, no, the car should have been fucking given to you, cause that joke later doesn't fucking work. As you can already tell, as I'm spazzing on this shit, because this shit should have been solid. You know, this shit should have been solid. This should have been the little engine that fucking could, and should have told everybody, yo, you can go fuck off. For all the shit that you were giving this fucking film based off seeing the fucking trailer, and it's females, da da da. This fucking thing should have been the shit. So I know, in my opinion, what Feig can fucking do, and this ain't Paul fucking Feig. I don't give a fuck what the fucking screenplay says or whatever the fuck. This is the studio shit, plain and fucking simple. Because you don't go from fucking doing 3 good fucking films to doing some shit like this. You obviously know what the fuck funny is, and there's no fucking way you're gonna sit here and try to sell me on, oh yeah, Ghostbusters should have been funny. No fucking way. No fucking way that you wrote this. I'm not buying that. When they start dancing, I remember that there was something that I thought about too that would have been funnier. And if they start dancing, maybe it'll come back to me. It's so funny because it seems as if with Melissa McCarthy, right? She has on that army jacket, and if she takes the glasses off and drops her hair, it's almost as if she can just transform into the character from The Heat. Give her some cut off gloves and just the way she just can go into a character. It's cool. Now she has this backstory here, and yet she's ashamed of her book. She's hiding her book. She had fucking paranormal experiences as a child, and yet she's going to say, "Oh, please, let's get rid of this book. Let's not talk about this book. Let's act as if this book does not exist," which is basically, let's erase my past and my life as if this shit did not happen. Which is why when I said earlier she should stand on the book, it makes more fucking sense. I would feel more for her character when she gets fired. An outsider, and now she's reteamed with her team of fucking outsiders who are finally getting the attention. Now this kind of works because it's the type of environment that we live in now, where people go, it's special effects, it's special effects. They could have made this fucking anybody. Actually, it just dawned on me that the fucking villain is also in that fucking space show as well. That's the guy that I saw as well. Yeah, that was the guy that when I saw him, it rang. I said, okay, it's people from that space show in this. Whatever, it's irrelevant. See what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, that shit doesn't make any fucking sense. It should have been like, yo, this shit is fucking hot. Like, how did you come up with this concept? Because the fucking car is yours. Not the, oh, we borrowed the car, yada, yada, yada. Because it's, either way, it's totally fucking irrelevant. Because the car is changed, and that's just what it is. So the whole, like, borrow, it's just so much that a little fucking change, a little fucking, man, could have just, I find it odd in this scene too that when they walk in, people in the in this theater aren't well, obviously, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, excuse me, did they cut a scene? It makes me wonder because the people in the theater, as they walked in, seem unaffected by them. And they also seem unaffected by like looking at them. You know what I mean? That was a poor choice. Because when they walked in the theater, people should have like looked at them like, who the fuck are they? Or whatever, whatever. It was just like they just ignored them. This would have played better if they didn't put this in the trailer. But as you can see, she's making faces. That's basically what they had her in here to do, is fucking make faces. Now, why would you think that this would be like a book club when you came to them because you saw fucking ghosts? And you got shitted on with fucking slime. How does that work? How does that line even work? And why is she talking shit on her first day at fucking like doing some real work? Not like she's been in the field for like years and then now she's bitching, complaining. You know what I mean? Like, you knew at this point what you were getting into, and she's walking down the hall complaining on her first day. Oh, I knew I should have made this choice. Da, 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 da. Didn't get attacked. Now, that was something that now you could have used that line. Maybe if you got slimed the second time. Okay, why did I pick this job? I should have known better. I got shitted on. Whatever, whatever, whatever. Okay, we're getting close to the point where I kind of, not even kind of, where I just was like, yo, enough. I'm done. That ghost that looked like a cross between the gremlin and the creature from the fucking Golden Child. This was fucking funny. This little shit right here. And this could have been funnier. You know, it could have been funnier if let's say that the fucking dragon started picking people up and shit and just dropping them on stage and they just start dancing with people and they just start dancing with the group. You know, because people think that this is part of the fucking show, and it just would have been funny. He's just been just dropping people on the stage. And the stage dive, I knew was gonna happen. Mm, mm, mm. It would have been interesting while they had her in the air. If she could have zapped it while they held her up, it would have been really interesting. Now, see, that shit right there just didn't work because they're telling her not to. It seems as if they're telling her not to move because the demon's on top of her. But she is playing it as if she knows the demon's on top of her. You know what I mean? So it just seems like, how about, fuck it. Finally, you have some crowd reacting. They're watching this shit go down. Boom. They're still not sure as to what the fuck happened. Right? But they see this smoke. Alright, so now everybody's like, yay, they're going crazy, right? I'm surprised no one got this on video. That was a waste of time. Now, how is it the media's there? And it's only one person from the media. Okay, now all these fucking people pop out, right? This is their big haha moment with the Ghostbusters. We caught a ghost right now. Now, this is where I tuned off at. It's coming soon. He doesn't seem like a threat. He doesn't seem interesting as a villain whatsoever, right? Okay, this is the dancing shit that I was talking about that's coming. Let's see if I can recall what I thought. And this fucking DMX track has gotta be pocketing him a shitload of change. A shitload of change, because this shit gets played in every other fucking film at least once a year. Maybe that scene fucking went by me already. I'm sorry. Because this is basically where I started to tune off. This is basically where I tuned off. They could have cast any fucking body in this part and just left him his original character. They could have got fucking why can I not remember his name? And I call myself a director. They just cast him too in the Justice League as fucking Gordon. He could have done this fucking part. From Spider-Man as well. J. Jonah Jameson. J.K. Simmons. They could have put J.K. Simmons in this for this fucking part. But still in all, this fucking shit is so stupid that this is where I tune out, ladies and gentlemen. And I was correct. About an hour into the fucking film. Because I just cannot fathom all the fucking hard work that they do just for her to fucking kick the fucking ghost and to show his ass. And it's not fucking funny. Like she just did all that shit, getting fired, all this shit for some fucking jabron. And now you're just gonna fucking let it go? Like, it just... It's not funny, man. And let me guess, he's not dead. That's funny. Oh, get the fuck out of here. This shit is new to me, but I just want to see how far this goes to the next level of stupidity. Oh, fucking Garcia, get the fuck out of here. So basically, you had Bill Murray in so you could fucking kill him? Is that the whole concept? Does that represent killing off of the old generation of Ghostbusters, I believe? Or the concept of it? Does that what that shit mean? Oh, that's old girl from SNL too. She's fucking funny too. She could have been a fucking Ghostbuster. Yeah, I don't think he was cast perfectly for this part. Okay, it was the mayor. Where the fuck is she making all this shit so fucking fast? They caught the fucking ghost. Then they're fucking dancing. Then she's, oh, okay, I just created this while you were fucking goofing off. They let the fucking ghost out. They get grabbed by the fucking feds. And here she is with some new shit. And it feels like the same fucking day. Okay, keep in mind this shit's all new to me, but I'm still not impressed. Why are they doing this shit in fucking public like this? See, it would have been better if they just blasted his ass. But on that note, I'm fucking out of here. Thanks for joining me in this quick commentary of shit that could have been better, but studio made me do it. And take care. No more Ghostbusters. Ciao, Bella. Busters.